Yeah, hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm on my 10 toes. I'm on the grind.
Content raising with your boy Shrimp.
It's your girl Zai.
Today we back with who we got today, or what we got today.
We got the Bronx burning. The one burning. No, they ain't burning. But it is for the Bronx burning. RICO's for drillers.
Oh, they hit with RICO?
RICO's. Everybody, you get a RICO, man. You get a RICO.
We are. Alright, at the end of it, okay? Let's tune in.
And I had no idea what drill rapping was, but I called my son.
Oh yeah,
I seen that.
Shout out to Trap Geek. You feel me?
Okay.
And I had no idea what drill rapping was, but I called my son. He sent me some videos, and it is alarming.
The clip, it was on IG.
But I called my son. He sent me some videos, and it is alarming.
At one time, the Bronx was a thriving community. That started to change.
Free all them boys.
We y'all niggas out, bro. We y'all luring on niggas out. We got just pissing on my son, Goon Ward. Nigga, y'all niggas is fucking.
You did somebody who died. His name was Rara.
Yeah. Before he died, 2 days before he died, he said, I'm gonna kill you when I see you. Look how that worked.
These individuals want to get credit for the harm that they're doing.
The gangs are accused of operating out of public housing and often stalk their enemies in broad daylight.
Why y'all running out building? Why you running? Why y'all running?
We are allowing music, displaying of guns, violence. We're allowing it to stay on these sites.
Hi, what is up, everybody? We're gonna talk about New York drill. Probably one of the wildest scenes in rap, period. 7 years ago, there was a huge explosion with Brooklyn drill. Then the feds started doing gang sweeps, taking everybody down one by one. It got so crazy, you got shootings happening in Times Square involving established rappers.
This week's gunfire in Times Square, police have made an arrest. 20-year-old Kamina Elijah of Brooklyn.
Since 2017, the NYPD has used facial recognition technology, or FRT, in 20...
You gotta be smart in that now, man.
Of course, it's
all them cameras around,
facial
bro.
recognition, and technology is so different now.
Yeah, you always gotta be smart.
Easy, you call.
The NYPD has used facial recognition technology, or FRT, in 22,000 cases. Because there's so many cameras in New York, the internet gets their hands on the footage of their favorite rappers involved in shootouts and moving traffic, stabbings, beatings near delis. I mean, some of the songs that were going viral. Every other line.
Y'all watched
That's sad, boy.
Y'all watched Fast and Furious when what's it called, the Eye, when they was like using like any camera from your ring light to ATM. Yeah.
They do that now. They have that now.
That's basically what they doing on this.
The
right
CIA and stuff, they have that now. NASA, they have that where they spy on citizens. Like,
yeah, bro.
Traffic, stabbings, beatings near delis. I mean, some of the songs that were going viral.
Especially on your phones.
Bro, we be talking and then next thing on our phone, and then what we talking about be popping up.
Right on your phone, man.
Already.
That camera be on too on your phone.
But they had already said that Apple allow people to listen in on our conversation for scientific studies.
Alright.
Yeah.
Shootouts and moving traffic, stabbings, beatings near delis. I mean, some of the songs that were going viral. Every other line was someone smoking on someone's dead ops. Crews would boast about those same crimes and put them in music videos like they were Easter eggs. You had the city's mayor, Eric Adams, coming out in a press conference wanting to ban drill music, even expanding and investing into different departments that tracks everybody's pages online.
Much of that work is done here at the NYPD's Real-Time Crime Center.
They're bragging about what they're doing. Social media is proving to be an invaluable tool.
A few years ago, the Bronx took over. Maybe one of the sickest boroughs in the city.
The society in the Bronx is horrible.
Rappers from the Bronx to stop using the music to encourage shootings.
I remember in the 90s, kids were throwing fridges off the roofs of the River Park Tower projects in the Bronx. And now the kids from RPT are getting indicted by the dozens on federal racketeering and gang conspiracy charges.
Niggas don't care about me, my heart. Like, I've only been like 3 months. Like, niggas really forgot about me already. Like,
with the government trying to put them for
everything.
everything.
You get shot and you get locked up for these people.
Look at what K Shorty said.
The only person he got is his mom.
His mom only came to his court jump, bro. All the other boys
making songs, all different posted posts and songs. They sound good, but actually being there for somebody mentally.
The man caught 12 years, dog.
And he ain't got nobody. And people, do you think he's gonna pause their life in 12 years for you? Cause you they dog.
Alright.
3 months, like, niggas really forgot about me already, like.
With the government trying to pin them for everything from murder all the way to animal cruelty. Talking about one of the most infamous drill voices in the scene, D-Thang, who was talking shit to a pigeon on an Instagram live stream with his boys, then shooting it dead for 100 viewers.
Your little man's right here.
Shot it.
Dog, wait. You gonna pick him up? I can't look.
See, everything in New York was...
Cub got down for... He got caught for shooting a pigeon.
A pigeon?
He was talking junk and shooting it. So you can't talk junk to your animal.
I mean, you can't shoot your animal. I mean,
I know that. Of course, you can't shoot no animal.
But of course, they're going to try to put any little thing on him because, you know, what he already got.
Yeah, and to be honest, they care about animals more than people anyway. So.
Yeah.
You gonna pick him up? I can't look.
See, everything in New York was getting done for clout, followers, and numbers. With shootings spiking from 200 all the way to 500 last year. It's all young kids, aged 13 and 15, maneuvering the back alleys and the looping hills in the Bronx, using scooters to carry out hits in broad day.
This gang conducted wolf pack-like searches throughout the investigation.
Now, we're getting into all this, but first, check out my song of the day. This is my guy Millie's. Let's go.
I'm trying to send someone to urgent before they make me a patient. With the stroller in a hospital hallway patient. Put it on my mama.
Alright, copyrighted.
Before they make me a patient. With the stroller in a hospital hallway patient. Put it on my mama. I was young, broad day, my shit blazing. That out of towners when I close when I'm aiming. My only mission was to stay alive. I'm trying to make it count. The bitches left me up. When I close when I'm aiming. My only mission was to stay alive. I'm trying to make it count. The bitches left me, I was broke. I had to get about my feelings. I try to tell my youngest not to slide, but they too busy drilling. And I've been trying to ease my pain and popping perks like penicillin.
I ain't gonna lie, he sound good.
We ain't do him. That's not why we did.
He sound good though.
You know what I'm saying?
I tell my youngest not to slide, but they too busy drilling. And I've been trying to ease my pain and popping perks like penicillin.
Alright, we're going to the Bronx to understand this story. Get ready to see wild shit. I mean, you got gangs dressing as Squid Games for Halloween, and it's not to go trick-or-treating. For the last 2 summers, Bronx drill was everywhere. On TikTok, radio stations, you got 3 to 4 sets of different cousins, blood-related, all established rappers, beefing with each other because of block politics.
That's my cousin. No, both of them are your cousins.
Everybody's like, wait, hold up.
No, they say it's my cousin. They were reunions, dog.
Both of them are your cousins.
Everybody's like, wait, hold up. They cousins, they're going at it, but he's cousins.
Can't wait to see Auntie now. Huh.
Because y'all are family, technically, could you ever see all of y'all reconciling?
Nah, I don't think so.
Wow. The music in the Bronx is super high energy, sometimes too high. Like these kids got ADD or something. The Bronx has the biggest dropout rate in all of New York, and it's becoming a problem. You got kids going to school in rival territories, with different campuses getting metal detectors in them to squash gang shootings.
Johnny! OIK, you heard?
This, of course, is the rapper Shaike, with 100 million views on YouTube in 2 years of rapping, coming out of the Cortlandt Projects in the South Bronx, aka home of extortion. In 2009, the Cortlandt homes was subject to a police sweeping called Operation Bad Apple, which took down 52 people for racketeering and gang conspiracy. The NYPD even went on to build a police building right across the street from the projects called PSA 7, even though a precinct and a Bronx borough court.
To be honest with y'all, bro, the cops can't even stop this, bro.
They can't. They
can't.
And then, first of all, NYPD is one of the most corrupted police departments. NYPD, LAPD, corrupted.
They can't stop this, bro. I don't know even have the answer to it, bro. I just know they can't stop it.
They ain't gonna stop unless over time people want it. So it gotta slow down. It gotta slow down and then come to a halt. I don't think it's gonna completely come to a halt. I think it's gonna slow down. It need to stop, but I just feel like it's gonna slow down eventually.
Right across the street from the projects called PSA 7, even though a precinct and a Bronx borough court are literally a few blocks away.
They gotta want it.
Portland's home to popular rappers like B-Love and Shaike. Shah, who's known for having a deep-ass voice that doesn't really match his face, went to the rival school in Mott Haven campus, just 9 minutes away from his hood, where he would bug out towards any kid that repped the rival gang, the YGs. He was making posts talking about YG killer, even hopping on Instagram lives at 12 years old, saying directly to a YG kid named Wuladi that he was gonna spare him.
What's up, Via Wuladi? Yo, he said what's up, Wu Lottie.
I know. I'm not gonna jump you. I'm gonna jump nuts.
5 years later, Wu Lottie would get murdered.
Damn.
See, the Young Gunners, or the YGs, is an infamous Bronx-made gang which started in 2003 in the Mahaven houses and the Patterson houses, just 10 minutes away from Cortland. 2 detention centers in the Bronx, Horizons and Crossroads, are breeding grounds for gang recruitment, and the YGs were formed to combat the overwhelming numbers of Bloods in adult jails like Rikers Island. At one point, the YGs had dozens and dozens of different sets, all banging under its umbrella, with all sorts of different hoods spread out throughout the Bronx, forcing other blocks around them to create their own gangs in response to combat the YGs. You can even see this in the classic South Bronx joint, Shot Caller, from French Montana. In the video, French is surrounded by YGs, and here, you can see the leader, Drew Hef, who was killed a few years later at Club Tropicana, beaten on the head with the glass base of a hookah pipe. While the glass shattered, his...
Nah.
You know how mad you gotta be to beat somebody like that with
kill him like that, bro.
Yeah, you have to continuously like beat him until you, bro. What?
Club Tropicana, beaten on the head with the glass base of a hookah pipe. And when the glass shattered, his ops used a metal rod inside the hookah to continue pounding his head, leaving Drew Hef drenched in blood. He died in a coma a week later. The youngsters who oppose YGs often cite this event to antagonize them. YGs were notorious for violence themselves. Locals remember a horrific event that took place on April 16th of 2012, when a gang of YGs were drinking liquor on a hazy night, discussing who was the toughest in the crew. This crew of YGs made a 7-minute walk and stormed their rivals on Cortland Ave to see what they could catch. The Cortland buildings were empty, except for one kid. A 16-year-old named Noah Bala, aka Moses, was alone walking. Probably weighed about 90 pounds soaking wet. The YGs chased him, kicked him to the ground, and stomped him to death. Kids from the Cortland projects hold Noah's name in high regard.
That's sad because it's like y'all want to go find a gang member, but y'all found a kid.
But like most of them,
all they be kids themselves. So it's like crazy.
Kids from the Cortland projects hold Noah's name in high regard. Be Love, whose hit song, If You Know You Know, got 16 million views when it was released 2 years ago. He actually confronted the brother of a YG's member that killed Noah outside in front of the Metro Court as this guy was waiting to be tried for a different murder of another Cortland youth named Yellow.
Come across the street. I came to court with it. God, last time you throw that up one more time. What the fuck you talking about? What you talking about? Come across the street.
The Bronx is so crazy. Dudes will get active in the courts, outside the courts, in front of police. They don't care.
They don't.
Now, Noah's death is brought up in dozens of drill songs, all to disrespect him in the Cortland projects. Notorious YG rapper D-Thang out of the River Park Towers, a YG stronghold in the West Bronx, made the song Wedgie Man This, Wedgie Man That in it. D-Thang
y'all,
is
this stuff is so depressing because it's like, bro.
So much. But when D-Thang come out anyway? When he get out? Y'all let me know.
In the West Bronx, made the song Wedgie Man This, Wedgie Man That in it. D-Thang has a cold-blooded line talking about the beating of Noah.
Just once I was like a fidget. And we catch a hobby going like that midget. So jelly fall back, I'm a clipper.
That song is riddled with disses. The title itself sounds funny. Wedgie Man This, Wedgie Man That. It's a direct shot at Shy EK, the rapper from Cortland, who was caught on camera getting a wedgie.
You like my new song?
Wedgie Man This, Wedgie Man That.
Now D-Thang's home, RPT, the River Park Towers, alias the Death Towers, encompasses 2 44-floor buildings and 2 38-story buildings, standing over the Harlem River. 8 years ago, the feds took down 20 of their top guys, wiping out the leaders, hiring security guards, and installing cameras to stop people from dealing drugs right outside. Then the kids took over.
One way in, one way out. So like this my brother for life, forever.
It's a lot of grown people, not a young kid.
Robbing. The feds were actually finding illegal weapons in the music videos, then tying them to shootings.
You got shot. Is that true?
Yeah, we know. What about mother we know?
New York has always had very strict gun laws. People want to know how these kids were getting their hands on weapons. Ghost guns. These untraceable firearms made from parts you could purchase online. It's been wreaking havoc in the city.
If you're a child, if you're a convicted felon, you can go online.
And then down here in Florida, everybody can carry now.
Yeah, I think I go through the state now. But
well, you have to like go through a little training and things.
No, well, I don't think it's fully passed yet, but it's on to the next step.
Man.
But they were saying if it goes to the final step and it get passed by the Senate, I think you gotta take a little course. Yeah, well, and I think you could take that online.
But the fact that anybody can get it, you know how everybody not gonna take that course.
Yeah,
like they do the security thing. They just pay somebody to give them their security license. Pay somebody to give them their CNA license.
They do that all around, bro.
Yeah, so it's like they not finna pay for. They do even now. They don't fully go through the full thing to pay for your gun license.
Oh.
Havoc in the city.
If you're a child, if you're a convicted felon, you can go online and purchase these parts, get the parts, construct the firearm.
Serial numbers, untraceable, no background check, nothing. That is a problem.
The whole of 2021 was crazy. As the feds were tuning into Instagram lives, you could see stuff like rapper D-Thang with his own cousin, K-Flock, flashing out on each other for a live audience.
Cousins, dog.
Don't do that, buddy. Don't do that, buddy.
If I see Stunner, you know I'm a buy guns. Fuck that. You know I'm a cut you off. You saw my energy last time I saw you, Stunner.
K-Flock is literally D-Thang's blood cousin, coming from the famous Little Italy part of Central Bronx, near the 48th precinct. K-Flock's own mom pretended in an interview not even to know who D-Thang was.
Him and D-Thang are cousins. I don't even know who that thing is. I'm the mom and I'm confirming it. That's nowhere near related to me at all.
His gang, DOA, or Dead on Arrival, is an allegiance of 5 blocks, all of which are surrounded by YGs and Drillies, a vicious gang of bloods that also oppose K-Flock and his gang, DOA.
Oh,
Like, you can't breathe. Y'all so close to each other, you can't breathe.
No,
like, why would you want to be living like that, though?
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all beefing, but
next door neighbors.
Exactly.
That also oppose K-Flock and his gang, DOA.
Oh, Flocka, come play. Come play today. You always playing on the internet. I want you to come play today.
Now, because the fans knew K-Flock is a crash out specialist who would film his gang endeavors off of social media, this resulted in all his music getting more and more views.
Let me tell y'all what he did, bro. This nigga gonna call me to a mansion party full of ops.
Yo, I was there. We was in there, but who was there?
That's what I'm saying.
Lock in there. Wait a room though.
Now, this would make his rivals upset and jealous. K-Flock would bring them into Instagram Lives just to argue with them.
Bro, that scariness. I was finally, You never did that to me, though. Really never did that to me.
That kid he was talking shit to is Rajiz, a YG member from the 800 block. Literally a 15-minute walk away from K-Flock's hood. Now, just 2 weeks after they had that argument on Live, this YG kid Rajiz would preview a track called Real Facts, where he was going after K-Flock.
Hey yo, kicking on us with the facts. Anytime that they try to backs, he blew you again, you ain't smoking on Mac.
While this was going on, the feds were catching these same YG kids on surveillance cameras, carjacking Toyota Camrys, Mercedes-Benzes, even robbing someone at gunpoint. A month later, on July 11th, those same YG goons were hunting in DOA territory, K-Flock's neighborhood. They only had to drive 6 minutes before stumbling upon a 13-year-old kid named J-Rip, who looked up to K-Flock with huge admiration. One kid hopped out of a black Honda Accord that had 3 orange racing stripes on its hood. The kid aimed his pistol, unloading into J-Rip, who stumbled into this cafe, Angels, bled out and died in front of customers. The same cafe, Angels, where K-Flock and Shaike were hanging out on a live stream a few months ago, right across the street from K-Flock's apartment.
Word to the God.
Damn.
Don't slide. Don't try to make it like doing some stupid shit.
Word of J-Rip's murder got out quickly that day. The kid Rajiz, who was on Live with Flock a few months prior, was now on social media mocking J-Rip's death. 7 hours later, Jay's friends went off to retaliate. They found Rajiz in a private Uber, on the phone. 2 shooters on a scooter pulled up next to him, opened fire through the window, hitting him in the head and torso, killing Ra instantly.
Bro, them boys, they staking out. They know where you at.
That's what I'm saying.
In the Uber? How you know I'm in the Uber?
That's what I was saying. How you know I'm in the Uber?
How you know I'm in the Uber? for, bro? How long been following me for?
Watching you like, nah, they ain't nobody related. He must be in the Uber.
And them boys came on a scooter.
They put up to the side.
That's crazy.
Knowing that New York traffic so bad, you stuck in traffic.
That's why they came on a scooter. That's why they come with the car.
They gotta come in the car.
And all this happened in Mount Hope, a mile out from J. Rip's murder scene earlier that day. Ra's family learned about his death from a friend who was on the phone with him at the moment he was killed.
Wow.
Revenge does not heal losing loved ones, but Flock's fame was exponentially growing. He got an offer for his very first show, upstate in Poughkeepsie, 2 hours out of New York City, where locals targeted him right away. 5 people were found shot, 1 stabbed, right outside the club Revel 32, as security at the venue scrambled, turning his tour bus into a makeshift ambulance, transporting victims to the hospital. The tour bus got shot up as well, because the people that were doing the shooting thought the K-Flock was inside it.
Most of these victims...
Wow! That's crazy. That it was nice that he used his tour bus to help transfer them to the hospital.
But they shooting it up.
But they shooting it up with the victims inside that's already going to the hospital, thinking he in there. Imagine being scared, like you on your way to the hospital thinking you out of it, and then it started again.
As well, because the people that were doing the
this
shooting...
type of thing would go mess up business though. To be honest with you.
Because you don't have people like, oh, nah, we ain't finna have him. And nah.
Transporting victims to the hospital. The tour bus got shot up as well, because the people that were doing the shooting thought the K-Flock was inside it.
Most of these victims were occupants of a private bus that had been identified as being in multiple locations here in the city of Poughkeepsie.
But he managed to escape unharmed. The next day, K-Flock would pop out at Rolling Loud, New York for a surprise performance.
It's a surprise performance, the next stars in New York, K-Flock and B-Love.
But he got into a brawl with another Bronx artist as their entourages clashed, thus banning Flock from the festival for life. All this beefing just boosted his profile. That same night, he would drop the song Being Honest with G Herbo, which now has 25...
They blocked him for life, and then he just came up on top again.
Profile. That same night, he would drop the song Being Honest with G Herbo, which now has 25 million views on YouTube. It was like K-Flock was on top of the world, but he was still doing drills. 6 days later, he was in a rental car with his boys, driving to his cousin D-Thang's building, the River Park Towers, spotting an op, shooting them on the Roberto Clemente Bridge. You'd think it would stop there, but no. The next week, undercovers pulled K-Flock over in Yonkers, finding a gun in his sock, which if you know New York laws, carries a 3 to 5 year sentence. The very next day, he was bragging about buying a new gun. You're thinking this might stop, and it will. Getting close to Christmas, on December 16th, 2021, K-Flock walked past the barbershop in Harlem, early in the morning. Had a standoff with this man, pulled a pistol out, and shot him dead. The rapper in the city with the most buzz, caught on surveillance video, wearing designer clothing from head to toe, shooting a rival. And the shoes he's wearing in surveillance video that day are the same unreleased Jordans he was showing off for social media just a few days before. The craziest part is the guy Flock's booked for killing comes from a set in Harlem that have the same enemies that K-Flock has. Geographically, they have the same rivals. They both beef with YGs and Drillies. Flock began beefing with this set in Harlem called the OYs because one of their rappers, E-Dot Baby, was seen at a party smoking on Instagram Live with some YGs.
Yo, this shit, why do this shit got 300 views?
So Flock turned on them, gathered his posse, and made one of the coldest Bronx drill songs yet, called Brotherly Love, riddled with disses towards this Harlem set, the OYs.
Bro, you know what I peeped? Almost everybody after OYs.
That's what I was like, damn. Like, he was the dude he killed, they gang was beefing with OYs. You could have linked up with that crew, but now you beefing with that crew.
Like every song, everybody like dissing the OYs heavy, bro.
Dang, what y'all did?
Harlem set, the OYs.
Niggas talking fuck he wanna do. He chill with them op niggas. Whatever they throw him, I'm dropping it too.
Shaike, the rapper from Cortland, would side with E-Dot Baby. So in turn, he would start beefing with Flock, and Flock would start beefing with him. Both of them releasing diss tracks, with Flock saying he was smoking on Shaike's dead father.
Free Flock. All y'all niggas music's doing bad now. Y'all need it, but free him, cause you know what he's gonna do. He gonna be the 5th dead away member.
Interestingly, just minutes before Flock pulled the trigger at that barbershop, killing the man, he had logged onto FaceTime to talk directly to his rivals, brandishing his gun. And he was filming at the exact same stoops where E-Dot Baby, the rapper from Harlem, had filmed a music video 1 year prior called Ready for War. Slowly, one by one, the Bronx was following the Brooklyn scene, with all their rappers getting wiped out by police indictments. 5 months later, the Drillies would get taken down in a massive RICO case, booking 20 people for murder, conspiracy, racketeering, and gang activity.
They're not done either.
Not even a month later, D-Thang, along with 22 of his guys from RPT, would get swept up as well.
Okay, when these boys go to jail, right, do they put the gangs in different areas?
Or do they put them together?
Or they put them together.
So they can kill each other and get it over with.
Yeah, cause like all these gang members y'all blocking out, y'all keeping them separate, bro.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? 20 of his gang members, 30 of this person.
Right.
I'm like, you got all, and then when you go to prison, you look at like the shit. It ain't nothing but a bunch of gangs together. Nothing but gangs. Then you got the Nazis, the whites with the blacks.
It's basically the same thing out here, but in a smaller
smaller space. For
yeah,
real. Everybody's sticking with their own kind.
Right.
Not even a month later, D-Thang, along with 22 of his guys from RPT, would get swept up as well. Then if you thought the scene wasn't toxic enough, 6 months later, the young rapper from Harlem, E-Dot Baby, would commit suicide, which has fans still wondering to this day why that happened. Fast forward to this year, February 2023, and K-Flock, who was already sitting in prison for murder, would be one of 7 DOA members named in a federal indictment spanning from 2017 all the way to 2023. This is the New York drill scene in a nutshell. Every few years, a scene pops off from one of the boroughs. Rappers make a huge wave, and then it all comes crashing down.
Literally.
That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
All right, man. Yeah, it was the way he explained and everything, but y'all boys gotta do better.
Yeah, and to be so much in close proximity like that, like, come on now, just get y'all money and get out.
Go,
move somewhere else. Move out of New York.
That's it, man. All right, but listen, at the end of the day, though, man, y'all know what's up.
Make sure you like,
subscribe,
comment, hit notification bell.
Cause you know what, baby.
Baby.
That's
gang.